Storm with FNS Outdoors, and we're getting ready for the 2012 trapping season today by making a few muskrat floats. This right here in particular is our favorite muskrat float design. It's an extremely light float and really effective float. It's easy to pack around and carry about 5 or 6 of them with no problem. So I'm going to show you how we make these floats today. To get started, you're going to need a 22-inch long piece of 3/8-inch rebar stake, a piece of 1/2-inch plywood cut to 7 inches by 10 inches, a 1/2-inch bolt with the head grinded off. I use my Dremel tool. I just cut her off, so I just have the threads. You need a couple washers, a nut to fit your bolt, 1 long framing nail, and 6 common nails. The first step in this process is welding the threads to your bolt, to your rebar stake. When you secure it with your welds, you're going to want to leave about, I'd say, 1 inch of thread sticking up over the rebar, and then secure with a good weld the bolt to the rebar stake. And after you've secured that to that, you get your washer, slip it over the bolt, then you weld the washer to the rebar and to the bolt. And this is what it's going to look like when all your welding is done. You have your bolt welded to your rebar, then your washer welded to your bolt and your rebar, and this is the stake for your muskrat float. After that step's done, you get your piece of plywood out. I've already traced the lines, but what you do is you trace the lines, and what we're using for this is a number 1 Victor long spring. This is what we use for muskrats for leg holds. It's a great trap for floats. Lay it down here like this, and I like to keep that long spring at a 45-degree angle. That way my jaws are nice and flat. So I set it down in there like that, and I'll show you. This is where I trace. I just take my marker and I trace along that part of the frame of the trap, there, back here, here, and then on both sides of the long spring. The reason I trace the lines of it is it's just kind of like a guide to tell me where I want to put my nails. After you have that traced, and I know where my trap's going to sit, I make a small mark here for where I want to drill my hole for the stake to come through. I want my hole over here in this corner so I can wire my trap to the platform of the float, and I'll put a dot over here where I want the long framing nail to go, sticking up so the corn can fit on that, or whatever you want to use for bait to stick on that nail. Once that's all done and you've chosen where you want your nails along those lines, the nails can go anywhere along those lines. It's going to hold on to the frame of the trap. This is where I prefer to put my nails. I put 1 on each line, basically. Right there, right there, right there. And you want your nails in a position where they're going to hold the trap on before you catch your muskrat, but then after the trap goes off, allow that muskrat and that trap to roll off the platform and allow that trap to drown the muskrat. So what I do, I'm going to go ahead and test it. This one I did before I filmed. It's secure. It holds the trap on to the platform, but still allows it to flip out of the nails whenever it goes off, and that's exactly what you want. You just set it in there like that. Twist that long string around so it sits in there. It's nice and snug. You can see, I mean, it wiggles a little bit, but it's not going to flip off there when the current's moving in that creek or whatever. Or when the muskrat gets on the platform, he's not going to kick it off out of the way then eat your corn. It's going to stay on there until he messes around and gets caught. And that flips right out of there. So once you're to this stage right here, and you've got your nails where you want them, you got your bait nail, you got your hole drilled in the middle for your stake, you got your hole drilled over here for your trap to be wired to it. You go ahead and your trap up to that. First I'm going to secure the stake to this. And I'll show you why this washer is important on the bottom. That grips it from the bottom. Then you take your other washer and put it on top. Up there. And that kind of obviously clamps the plywood between the washers to secure your trap platform to your stake. And without the trap, without the bait on there, this is your finished product. This is your muskrat float. And the concept of the stake and the platform is you don't have to worry about how well your float actually floats with whatever you use, foam or pieces of log to let it float. You control the depth of your platform underwater. You just take that and shove it down in the mud. Let your trap be about an inch or so under the water. Muskrat swimming by, he sees that corn sticking up, and you can't resist that. So he goes to swim over the platform. He's messing around, steps on your trap, flips off, and you got yourself some fur. So again, a look at the finished product. This is what you're going to end up with. The nails hold it on there, just right along the frame. Bait's sticking up out of the water. Just stick her right down there in the mud. Mr. Muskrat swims by, sees that corn, messes around on the platform, gets caught. That flips off the platform. He goes in the water and trap drowns him. So once again, this is Nathan Storm with FNS Outdoors, and have a nice day.